It's a waiting sheet. Today it is November 7th, and I've been trying like heck to make a video and get it out. I can't tell what's making it up and what's not, so I'm just going to make another one and speak from the heart. The Lord has been impressing me with these groups and numbers and stuff, and the latest one is 13, 13, 13, so I'm not sure how this one works. But it's big, whatever it is. And my last video, the sound quality was really, that's kind of like what I hear in my head all the time, the high pitch wind and stuff. But he uses that to speak to me somehow, so, what, does that sound crazy? My entire family thinks I am absolutely nuts. I'm not kidding. My brother, God help him. You know, I love my family and everything, but I'm starting to realize what he's been doing with me by removing me from the world. He's forced me to go places I didn't really want to go for reasons I didn't want to be there. And it is so funny because when this whole divorce thing that I'm going through kicked in, you know, you'll usually rally around your family or whatever. Your family comes around you and helps you out, you know. So I went over to my brother's, and I spent a couple, 3 days there, and I hadn't really spent that much time with them, so I didn't know what had been going on. And my brother's all excited about his South Park cartoons and stuff, and he's trying to show me this stuff. And I'm just like looking at it going, good Lord, this does sound like an abomination. I can't stand it. The next thing you know, the Lord's name gets used in a negative way, and here comes his son, my nephew. And I'm like, what? And they're bragging because they had named him God's name in vain. If you put those two things together, you can kind of take a picture of that. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, really? I mean, I said something. And, you know, since then they haven't been doing that. And I've been praying, you know, like almost non-ceasing. And it's strange to see the difference that it's made in their family because when I spent the 3 days over there, it was like being dipped in sheep something or other, you know, like, good Lord, you know, I thought the world was bad, but just hanging out with my brothers no. And you know, I love my family dearly, but using the Lord's name in vain and naming one of your kids like a nickname, the in vain version of it just every single makes me cringe inside. And seeing it day in and day out, it was one of the most difficult things I've ever had to sit through. And the change is phenomenal because they no longer do this. And because I warned, I was like, no, 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 you can't, no. And I went and I talked to Ross, and I was like, this is not something to brag about. This is not funny. You're going to figure out real quick. And you know what? He learned real quick that it wasn't funny because he just had some trouble at school, and then all these kinds of things happened in his life that he ended up, it was funny because my brother was so mad at him. He tells him, he goes, you're going to your uncle's and he's going to preach to you. So you know what I did? I had somebody sit here to listen. I'm sure he didn't like it. But it was pretty cool, you know, being able to sit down and tell him, hey, you know, you keep making these mistakes and these bad things are going to happen in your life. And if you just ask him for help, he'll help you. So that's my message. Ask him for help and he'll help you. The number 13, 13, 13. This is not even my parking spot. It's a mistake. And I even put in the correct paperwork, you know, and parked in the wrong spot, you know, and it's for a car that was stolen, so I don't even have that car anymore, and that was like a month and a half ago. this thing has been in the mail for like a month and a half or something, and I need to spot the permit because they'll tow my vehicle if I don't have this, and all I have right now is my little white truck, which I had 11 years ago, 13 years ago when I left Nebraska, or went to Nebraska. But 3 years ago, I left Nebraska and I left with that truck and some tools. And 3 months ago almost, I left my other house with the little white truck now and my tools. So, and 13 years ago I left Oregon with the clothes on my back, duffel bag packed full of clothes. So I'm kind of used to moving light, staying flexible. Uh, the Lord's impressed upon me, just keep saying it over and over and over again, folks. Prepare your house. You get your oil, get your holy oil out, and you speak the Lord's name, and you just mark your doorways, mark the windows in each room, march around like the walls of Jericho, and thank Him for His protection when you're done, and have faith that He is going to protect your place because God's coming. And there's a lot of people think, oh, it's the devil, it's the devil, it's the devil that's coming. And it's not the devil that's coming, it's God. Because who made the devil, right? So who controls him, right? He's not going to do anything he doesn't want, right? I mean, think about it. Get your mind out of the church and put your mind with Him, and He will teach you so much if you ask. It's not about the letter, it's about the Spirit. And once you understand the Spirit, the letter becomes more important again. And it just goes back and forth. But you can't have one without the other. It's like having truth without the Holy Spirit. It just doesn't work. I had a dream with John the Baptist. There was two of them. They both spoke the same words. One was a liar. One was like faded. Didn't look real. He looked like a fake copy of the real one. And they were saying the same thing, but one was filled with the Holy Word of God. One was not. And they both said the same thing, but one was filled with the fire of God and one was not. There's a big difference between black and white. And cross the gulf. Step across and have faith. Live in light. So, prepare your house. The coach is in and he's preparing his people. And he keeps telling me over and over and over again, he's preparing his people. You're receiving your instructions, you just don't remember it. I don't remember what your instructions are, and that's why it's sealed. It's sealed to you too. So be found in prayer when He shows up, because it's not as you think it is. It's going to be a good shaking. Shaken to everything that everybody holds dear. And they're going to see how the rest of the world lives. And then they're going to regret the things that they've lost. And they're going to be moaning and be bitter. And you're going to have to show the light of Christ. So, your instructions are therein. Seek, ask, you will receive. God bless each and every single one of you. And good hunting. Because you know what I'm talking about. If you're in the